Idaho? No, Idaho. All right, we're in Idaho. People put stickers on there. I'm not going to do that because no one's going to like see my sticker. Anyway, whole lot of nothing out here. And there's Utah. Life elevated. Goodbye, Utah. Hello, Idaho. No, Idaho. All right, I'm pulling off at the next rest area to see maybe if I can dump out my pee bucket. This is a regular building with visitor information and little picnic areas. These are really cute. And I guess you can sleep at them. So we'll see. Okay, cars and pickups, trucks, trailers, and buses. These are great. Yeah, the next one's 50 miles from here. So they're pretty spread out, but let me see. They're not very busy. Let me park over here. Yeah, it should be fine. I'll go in and check it out first. I don't know if anyone's in there. It's 6 o'clock right now on a Monday. So yeah, visitor information. Let's see what it says. I don't like it when it's kind of like established. I like just a porta potty to dump my pee out. So let me go in and take a look. All right, I have about an hour and 24 minutes to go, and there's a little bit of construction. But I'll tell you, I can smell the bad air quality from all of the fires from California, Canada, Oregon. I mean, definitely you can feel kind of the crustiness of the air. I don't know, like the tinge of smoke. And I despise any kind of like cinders or smoke or like, any of that stuff. It grosses me out. Cigarette smoke, bonfires, all of that stuff. So hopefully, I don't know if it's going to start clearing up as I get into toward my rest area. I've still got 90 miles to go, making pretty good time. I'll be there about 9 p.m. I'm going to check out the iOverlander place that I am going to, and then around that I'm going to see if there's any other rest areas. You can stay at rest areas here. I didn't realize they were so nice. I don't know if there's any rest areas just north of that where I can maybe go 30-40 minutes more and just be a little closer to Bozeman. I'm going to get up super early and try to do a hike in the area just to stretch my legs. But yeah, so I figured I'm going to, I'm still on Texas time. I'm still on 2 hours ahead or 1 hour ahead. So yeah, just going to do that. I have to stop for gas in Idaho Falls in about 20 miles. So I'll get gas again, second fill up. I just, when it gets to about half a tank, I'll fill up. So yeah, gas is, relatively cheap. I guess it's, it's $3.59, so it's a little more pricey than New Mexico and about on par with Colorado. This is great though. Yeah, easy drive, just very flat, a lot of farmland, not a lot going on, but it's going up between like 82 and 75 degrees, but I'm hoping it'll start cooling down, in about an hour or so by the time I get to the BLM. But yeah, I would rather stay at a rest area, just get somewhere a bit further north than where I was planning on staying, because I think I'm just staying on a pull out on the side of the road, which is fine. I can sleep through that, but they're not always the safest, because if someone veers off the road or they have an issue or a truck needs to, like park or something, you don't want to take that spot. So I'd rather be at a rest area where there's plenty of parking for everybody. But yeah, and I don't want to go down any dirt roads right now. I'm kind of done with all the dirt roads on the planet. But it is very, very bright actually, to tell you the truth. So I'm just kind of moseying on and going between 65 and 80 miles an hour in between these construction zones. But other than that, yeah, there's some van behind me right there, coming by a Dodge Ram. I don't know if that's a Vanlifer. I can never tell. There's probably not, well, actually around Yellowstone there'll be tons of camper vans. I already saw 2 Cruise Americas and I'm like, no! They're literally like, when your van dies at the end of its life and it goes to like heaven or hell, right? I'm not religious, right? I don't really believe in any of that stuff. But if there was a hell for like modified vans like mine, it would be filled with Cruise America camper vans. And people that rent Cruise America camper vans generally don't know how to drive camper vans, and they're so wide and boxy. And it's just like, I mean, I get it, you want to like rent it for your family, but I've never seen any Cruise America camper van that like understands the rules of the road, how to park, they don't know how to back up, and I'm terrified of them. They're literally, I have like a phobia and I think trauma from being around them. Anyway, there's a lot of very dark foreboding clouds ahead of me, and I cannot tell if they are rain clouds or smoke clouds. rain, that'll kind of burn off this smokiness, which is good, and they need the rain to get rid of the fires. If it is smoke, it's going to be an interesting night. I'm going to have to get my sharper image, what is it, like my air purifier, which is fantastic. I got it from the airport like 3 years ago, like right at the beginning of Vanlife. And yeah, there's a rest area right here. You see how nice these rest areas are? There's a rest area right there, but I'm still 86 miles from where I was going to stay. So like I said, I'm going to find, once I get onto the 20 east, in about 20 miles, I will, or 18 miles, I'll go ahead and look for another rest area near where I was going to go. But yeah, I don't know like what's going on with this weather. If it rains, it's great. I'll sleep through that. My van needs to be washed anyway. But if it's smoke, then it's, like I said, it's going to be a very fun smoky night. But I'll be fine. I mean, I'll just put the air purifier on. It just plugs into my Bouge RV. It's not USB or anything, but it's a little mighty powerful thing, and it's fantastic. But other than that, yeah, let me just mosey on up. So yeah, captivating content, just me driving through Idaho. No, Idaho. That's not even a joke. Is that even a thing? I saw it on a comedy show one time, or some TV show, where the guy's like wearing a t-shirt from Urban Outfitters that said Idaho, no Idaho. And I thought, oh, well, that's funny. It's funny. Not really. Okay, yeah, so just going on, and I'll chat with you again whenever. I'm about 10 minutes away from the iOverlander place that I found. I'm in bear country. I'm up in the mountains. It's gone down to about 73 degrees, which is fantastic. I'm still a little light out, but it's interesting because this is the restoration area, the Lodgepole Restoration Project, and they'll have signs telling you what year the trees were planted. So I just went past a whole meadow of trees, or forest of trees, that were planted in 1981. That's kind of interesting. So anyway, there's a big rest area to my left there. That's an option. I can go 10 minutes down, there'll be another rest area. So I had these marked as well, like the one just behind me. So that one's fine, but I'm going to go forward ahead of me, and I just don't want to be like nestled in the woods on the side of the road. I'd rather be in a big rest area, you know, kind of open area like that one I just passed. But I'm going to go 10 minutes up because it's another 7 miles. Anything I can shave off tomorrow's drive would be great, and then I'm going to stop, and hopefully I'll have Wi-Fi or 5G or whatever. I can see if there's any rest areas between here and Bozeman, and maybe go an hour more, since it's only 8:45 p.m. Actually, I'll get there about 9 p.m., which is fine. But yeah, so I don't want to be in a little thin, like narrow lay-by, because that's like a pull-out. I'd rather be in like a big open area like I saw just back there. So, but I'll keep going. I mean, there's always Love's, travel stops and things like that I can stop at. But I'm just going to try to get as far forwards. Yeah, so this sign to my right says New Trees 1992. That's pretty cool. Who knew? Okay, right before I turn in the road, I'm at the Caldera Lookout, which is a historical marker, and I just pulled into this big kind of parking lot area, which I think is fine, and I think I'll just stay here for a minute. I'm going to use restroom in the van, and then look and see if there's any actual rest areas between here and the next stop, and then maybe go a bit further up. But yeah, there's just a little forest road there, but I'm not going to go that deep into the woods. I'd rather stay, here on the road. But yeah, it's pretty wide. It fits probably 3-4 cars across, so I should be safe from the highway. Okay, I'm going to go up a bit further. I think there's just a bunch of these pullouts on this road. I'm going to go up toward Big Spring, which is closer to Big Sky and not that far from Bozeman. I don't want to go all the way through West Yellowstone tonight, because I know you can't actually park anywhere, except there is a rest area there, which was fine. Nobody said anything. There was probably about 10 vehicles. It was when I went to Yellowstone last year, if you look at that video. But there was the BLM, but then I had a mouse, and that mouse was in my little trash bag. I don't have any trash in here right now, just toilet paper. But yeah, that scared the crap out of me. So I went to that freeway rest area, but they're very strict about no parking overnight in West Yellowstone. Kind of sucks, but if I go to Big Spring, I should be fine. So I'm going to go further a little bit more, and just, I'll make note of this Caldera Lookout. It's pretty good, but if I can make up another hour or so, 45 minutes, that'll really help out in the morning. Then I won't have to drive 2.5 hours to Bozeman. But anyway, so let me get going to Big Spring, and yeah, just keep going. So I'm about 15 minutes away from the drop pin on the way to West Yellowstone, and I am 20 miles from West Yellowstone, where the 191, you take the left turn onto it. I don't want to park in West Yellowstone, obviously, but I will find a lay-by somewhere between the drop pin and West Yellowstone. It looks like it's raining up here too. It's dropped down to 63 degrees, so it's going to be a glorious evening of sleeping in the van tonight without having to have the fan on. So there's a lay-by right here. That's an option. So if there's another one like 10 minutes up the road, I'll just pull in there and I'll just park there for the night. I think that's fine. Yeah, those are for like truck drivers, so that's perfectly fine for us to rest. There's all these signs on the 15 North that says, you know, don't be a fatigued driver. So obviously, I mean, like, even if I call the non-emergency line, I'm like, hey, I'm tired, I've been driving and traveling, they're like, yeah, definitely pull over, we don't want you on the road, you know, if you're tired. So now it's raining. Yay! Hopefully it's not going to rain tomorrow, but the rain is good. I will take the rain. All the bugs can come off my window now. But yes, let me drive about 10 more minutes, and if I come across another lay-by, there's lots of campsites too, but I think you have to reserve them online, and I don't really want to be at a campsite right now. I'd rather just pull on the side of the road. But it's starting to get a little bit more crowded as I get closer to Yellowstone. But yeah, let me just drive about 10 minutes more, and hopefully there's lake view right there. Yeah, I can just either park by the lake, or if, you know, worst case scenario, I can just go to the BLM that I went to before, but I have to go through West Yellowstone, and that's another, like, I don't know, 17, 18 minutes. It's already 9:45 and I am tired, so I would like to go to bed and wake up tomorrow morning. All right, it's exactly almost, well, it's 10 p.m. and I am 1 hour 47 minutes from Bozeman and about a couple miles from Yellowstone, and there's this big pull-out area. There's a big old truck on the other side. They just turned their engine off. I think it's cold enough to not have to idle your engine. And there's a truck in front of me. I backed up rather into this little space back here, and it just says no camping, which when I did call about what camping meant, it meant like don't put like chairs out and like have a barbecue and all this stuff, but you can park overnight. So this is it. This is my home, about, you know, 3 or 4 miles from West Yellowstone, and I'm going to bed, and hopefully no bears will come at me. I think there's enough road noise, but yeah, it's raining and it's 55 degrees, so I'm going to bed, and then tomorrow I think I'll just push through. I might do, there's a little hike at the BLM, so I might do like a quick hike in the morning, just kind of go up there and back down, stretch my legs, and then drive rather, an hour and 48 minutes into Bozeman. Good foggy morning from the side of the road. It sounds loud, but actually my van's insulated. This was fantastic. This was my spot. You can fit probably like 6 big rigs. That guy was there last night. Yeah, no mosquitoes, and yeah, slept like a rock. So this will be my new fun camping space. And oh, I'm in this country now. I don't get political, but you're seeing the Trump whatever things around here. Anyway, I'm in Idaho, but right next to West Yellowstone, so right on the state line of Montana. So I've packed up, I got dressed. I'm going to head up to the bakery up in Bozeman for breakfast, and then hopefully do a hike. I think I'd like to do a hike today. But yeah, beautiful morning. Foggy is not good because you can't see the deer and stuff. But yeah, it rained last night, and this is great. This is like 5 minutes from West Yellowstone on public land, and so nobody bothers you. This is fantastic. So there is a sign over there on that signpost, but I think it just says no camping, which means, oh, there's another gravel area there that you could park in. Yeah, so it just says no camping, meaning don't set up your camp chairs and your, you know, cooking utensils and stove and all that stuff, and just don't like pitch a tent. So, but you can park. Nobody bothered me. Everyone just whizzes by because they're all in a hurry to get to Yellowstone. Okay, let's get on the road. I've got an hour and 52 minutes. Got to stop for gas, and let's do this. This is crazy. That right turn there, there's 1,000 million cars going into Yellowstone National Park. It is crazy. Like, I do not want to be at Yellowstone right now. Oh my God. And there's all these people in like Nissan Altimas. You know, I'm going to go off-roading in my Nissan sedan. Yeah, if you look out, there's a video actually called Death Valley is Wrecked. And it talks about how like this guy that does an off-road channel. It's really funny. He actually ended up saving a bunch of European tourists in Death Valley last year because they're in Nissan Altimas and they kept getting stuck. So that's the joke. Anyway, okay, third gas station. 2 gas stations do not work. Third gas station. I need gas because I need to get going. I will tell you right now why there's an entire Instagram page about the tourists of Yellowstone. They're so bad. All of them, every single one of them. Every single tourist that comes here. Mind you, I've been here. And I need to back up because there is a freaking... I can't go forward because there's a 18-wheeler gas tank in front of me. And this guy in his fucking Yukon. I have no love for all these people that are just like, I'm gonna come here one day a year. And it's just like, there's a couple of national parks. Now, I've been to 52 national parks, including the one in the Virgin Islands, US Virgin Islands. So I will tell you right now, my top 5, I'm gonna do a whole video on it, but my top 5 are, in order from best to 5th, Isle Royale, Channel Islands, Pinnacles, Lassen Volcanic, and Great Basin. Because the pristine condition, there's the cutest campsites, the most unique way to get there, humpback whales on the way to, you know, whatever, Channel Islands, and then taking a seaplane, you know, just basically no tourists, and it was beautiful. But then I have like ones that are like one and done. Well, I'm gonna do a whole, like I said, I'll do a whole video, but one and done. Ones that are like, you know, like I've been there once and I really don't need to go there again. A couple of them that are like, they're not quite sure why they're national parks. A few that are really quirky, that people are controversial about, like, oh, that's totally not a cool national park. And I'm like, I loved it, you know, like great, like Gateway Arch. Loved Gateway Arch. Don't know why it's a national park, but it was super cool, and I love the 60s. I'm a child of the 60s, even though I was born in the late 70s. And then you just get the ones that are like, if I never go there again, I'll be perfectly fine. Ones that were ruined by tourists, and you know, obviously there's the popular ones because they're easy to get to, like Yellowstone. Yeah, you go on a road trip for the summer, you go to Montana, all the Texans come up here. Yosemite, the same thing, 4 million people go there every year, couldn't even find parking, so the Rangers let me park in their spot last year. You know, all that stuff. But then there are ones, you know, there's 63 national parks, and there are ones that people just never go to. The Smoky Mountains, absolutely love. That is that's like number 6. Absolutely love the Smoky Mountains. I'll go there a million times. I've been there like 4 times already. I love it. But again, you get like 1,000 million, you know, billion people. Anyway, so now I'm going north. The Yellowstone Airport's there. The lay-by truck stop back there, you're not supposed to park overnight in, but no one cares. Because what happened last year is I went to Yellowstone for a minute to go watch Old Faithful, and once that spewed up, you know, 30 minutes early, so people were still in the visitor center when Old Faithful like was scheduled at 7:45 p.m. So I got there at 7 p.m., sat outside in the little benches and, you know, little amphitheater that they have set up. And at 7:15, like it started spewing, and all these people came out at 7:30 thinking they were going to see Old Faithful, and they already missed it. And then another one just blew up. Another geyser just, you know, blew up there, and it was really bad. And people are like running. People are sitting there taking pictures, selfies, and this woman's like on TikTok going, run, run. Like the only tourist with a self-preservation instinct is telling people to go. Anyway, so there's a lot of day use areas. I don't know if they patrol. I haven't checked. You know, I should probably call the, you know, park service and say, do you really like check on these things? Up here, which is where I was going to go if I wanted to come through another 20 minutes last night, which I'm glad actually, that's going to be my spot back there. I'm forever going to use that spot. I'm not going to bother dealing with the West Yellowstone area. I'll go in the Idaho section. By the way, that's Idaho. So Idaho's under a whole different bunch of state laws, and you can park at all the rest areas in Idaho. So Montana, you can also do that, but not in this area. You can't really park on the side of the road. They'll kick you out because of all those people. All those people ruin it for everybody. But anyway, up here is beautiful BLM land and a trailhead, and if it wasn't foggy cold and I didn't have to get to Bozeman, I would have probably done the hike here. I want to do this hike. It's really, really pretty. I stayed there for a minute because I had a mouse and it freaked me out, so I went back and I stayed at that rest area last year, that little lay-by. But anyway, there's resorts up here, campsites, there's logging roads. There's also, parallel to the main road, there's also Jeep roads and Powerline roads, and you can park on those roads. Those are like National Park Service. Like, you can park on those roads perfectly fine if you can find a pullout. Don't just park in the middle of the road. So there are like OHV roads. If you have a 4-wheel drive van or car, you can definitely, go on these roads parallel to the main road, and you won't ever have to worry about anything. The Jeep road is right here. It's invisible from the side of the road, but on that side of the road there's a bunch of Jeep roads and power line roads, and those are like the maintenance roads that you can go on. So yeah, you can park on those roads. They're public land. Like, you're perfectly fine. Just make sure you're safe and that you're not like blocking the road, or that you're not in the way or anything. But anyway, so now I'm going to drive 89 miles north to Bozeman. So yeah, so it'll just be an hour and 35-40 minutes. Pretty easy drive. And yeah, so yeah, when I came up here last year, there's also a massive lake. So if you go up here on this road, whatever I'm on, and then you go like going out of West Yellowstone north, and then you make a left past like all these, like, you'll see all these brown signs that say like Rainbow Point and Rainbow Point Recreation Area. Like, go past this, go out of town, and then once you get to like another big intersection, and you can look on a map, I'll put a map on the screen, there's a big lake, and you can just park next to the lake. Like, that's perfectly fine. Because there's all these day use areas, and they probably do check the day use areas, but you don't want to go in the rec area by the lake. You want to go up into the BLM land. But anyway, I'll pinpoint it. I'll point out, I'll put on the screen right now, you will see some sort of map where I'll mark where that BLM is. And I don't care about telling people. I mean, a million people aren't going to. I've told people where places are before, and like, it doesn't get inundated because people still go by Overlander, or they go by, their lemmings. They just go where everyone else goes. But yeah, so so you go all the way back to the end, and you'll see this big opening field at the end of the trees down here. Just go like 10 minutes up the road, and then you'll make a left, and there's lakes, and there's BLM and all this stuff. Anyway, great. So let me go north. This is great. I think I'm in Montana now. I think I'm in Montana. I didn't see a Montana sign. I wasn't paying attention because there were 1,000 Turons, which are the tourist morons, right? That's what they call them, Turons of Yellowstone. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then like the people that work at Yellowstone, so they contracted out with like Centara is like one of the it's like Marriott or something, but they hire all these workers from all over the world and all over the country to come out for the summer. And then I know people that come out and they work every single summer of their life because they make good money. And I'm like, but they hate it. They hate one guy I know, they hate every minute of it. He's like, I hate it. I hate coming out here, but I can make like $300 a day. And compared to what he would make in his hometown as a waiter or a server, then, it's good money for him. So he'll drive out in his car, and he'll, stay at the lodge. They have housing for the workers. You pay like $100 a week. And he says like he makes like $300 a day, which for him is good. Well, that's great. But he has to deal with every single tourist that comes into these restaurants. And, but then the other thing is that he said most of the workers, they're so fed up with the tourists, they go up to Bozeman and go get a bunch of drugs. So they're all high on pot, and they all hate the tourists. I'm like, I don't want to go to that park. It's disrespectful in both ways. Like, the tourists being disrespectful to the employees, and the employees not giving shit about the customers. I'm like, that is not the vibe that I want. I mean, I work with people that have trauma. Like, I don't want to send them to Yellowstone and go, oh, have a good time. Just watch out for the irate, angry, pissed off workers that are high as a kite. No, I'm not going to send people here. There's actually a lot of extra stuff, and that's why I'm trying to look for like the outdoor areas, like the natural areas, the state park systems. I want to go to all the places like where the locals go, or where like the tourists don't go. Where you get people that are there year round, that like hike and mountain bike and stuff. And that's why I loved going to like the 89 Texas state parks. I mean, there's a few that are like more touristy, like Paladuro, but then Caprock Canyon isn't touristy at all, and that's only an hour and a half south of Paladuro. And then you get ones like Bikini Falls, which is busy because it's right in Austin, basically, like 5 minutes from downtown. But yeah, so I mean, I don't need to do like all the national parks again. Like, I'm glad I did that. It took me 3 years, actually 2 years, 7 months and 14 days. And then it took exactly 3 years to do all 89 Texas state parks. But yeah, let me show you quickly. So over there where that fog is over the lake. So when you get to the very end, it'll be, just put this on the holder here. Okay, so I'll say Virginia City National Historic Landmark. So when you get here, there's the one, I'm on the 191. You want to turn left on the 287, and you want to go that way. The BLM is over there to the left, no, to the right, up a little bit. And then the lake is where all that fog is at. And you can stay there. Perfectly fine to stay there, no problem. Let me go back on the holder, there we go. Perfectly fine to stay there. Yeah, because what happened is, I was here last year watching Old Faithful, as I was trying to say, and all of a sudden I was like, somebody was like, oh, they saw my mountain bike, and they go, oh, you like mountain biking? I said, yeah, I do downhill mountain biking. Sorry, my hair's all messed up here. You like downhill mountain biking? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And they said, you should go to Big Sky. I'm like, what is Big Sky? And they said, Big Sky is this like ski resort that has awesome downhill mountain biking. I'm like, where's this magical place? 45 minutes up the road. So the next morning, I got up early and just left instead of going back into Yellowstone, because I went to Grand Teton and I did a 13-mile hike from Inspiration Point out and back along Jenny Lake. And then I came up to Yellowstone in the afternoon, and they had all this construction and all these people, and it's crazy. And I spent about 40 minutes there, watched Old Faithful, and left. But yeah, people were like, oh yeah, definitely, like, just go to Big Sky. And so I left at like 4 a.m., drove to Big Sky, and spent the whole day mountain biking, and then drove all the way from Big Sky all the way across Wyoming to a rest area to go to Devil's Tower the next day. So on Thursday this week, today's Tuesday, it's like, I don't know, the 7th of August or something, one of those days, 5th, yeah, I think it's like the 6th of August. So Thursday this week, I'm going to this construction. The guy's job is just to go like this all day. All day. Tourists, get the fuck over. That's his whole job. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go on Thursday and go mountain biking. So sorry, it's very bright. These are my new sunglasses from Las Vegas. Almost hit a pole. If this was Texas, every single one of these road cones would be knocked down by now. It would just be some guy that lifted F350 with truck nuts going. Anyway, okay, yeah, a little bit of traffic, a little bit of construction, but getting out of here. I'm the only person going north along with 20 other people. There's a ton of construction here right now, so it's just a one-lane road. I don't know where the rest of the traffic is coming through. I guess they're letting us through and the other people have to wait. But yeah, they've got these guys sandblasting the road or something. It smells lovely. Okay, we're now in Yellowstone National Park in the north end. So I don't know where, I guess maybe they're going to Grand Teton or the other direction. Because when I drove from Grand Teton through Yellowstone to West Yellowstone, I had to go through Yellowstone to get up here. But I guess I'm in the park now. I guess I have to drive through it. All right, well, this is my second time at Yellowstone. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know, I guess, okay, they are. So they're this one-lane road. This is like the bane of my existence now, is all these like construction, having to wait, let people through. So I'm glad I got through, actually. Otherwise I'd be sitting there for another 30 minutes. But all these people, the Turons, is there a Cruise America? No. Cruise America. A lot of mountain bikers. That's the thing, you can't really mountain bike on trails in national parks. Not very, well, pretty much none of them, only on the roads. But Zion was great. When I rode in Zion, there's a video on that. I rode from the tunnel road, way up on the tunnel road. I parked in a lay-by, and then I rode all the way down to the grotto, and then went on the Scouts Lookout hike. Angel's Landing required permits, and it was closed that day. But I did get to hike up to the top of it, so like to the top of where the trail starts for Angel's Landing. Beautiful day. Montana. You look like northern Japan. So anyway, I'll probably see Texans everywhere. I'm in the town of Big Sky, Montana, and this is where the mountain bike park is, the ski resort. It's beautiful, one of my favorite places, and that would be a left, but I'm going to go straight to Bozeman, so I'm going to push on through, and then I'll be back here on Thursday. Tons of BLM places to park, tons of pullouts, so I'll probably park somewhere like north of here is the Gallatin Gateway, and there's tons and tons of places, and it's very beautiful right along the river. So yeah, it's gorgeous. What a beautiful day. And it's 57 degrees, so I'm finally out of the 100-degree heat for at least, a week and a half. These clouds, it's just blowing all this stuff around in my eye. That dark foreboding cloud. Whew, I like it though, I like rain. Rain's my favorite weather. It just started hailing. What the hell? Let me get in the van. Oh my God. All right. It's like this big dark cloud behind me just decided to shit on Bozeman. It is hailing really bad. Okay, let me turn the van on. I gotta call Harriet in about an hour, so we're gonna figure that out. But yeah, this is awesome. Okay, AC on. my God. This is crazy. Where did this come from? The whole place is covered completely in, oh, this is crazy. That was weird. Let me get under. Oh, that was so weird. Hopefully, let me get under here. Let me see. Go forward. Move forward, please. Move forward. Thank you. I gotta protect my solar panels. Wow, what was that? What the hell was that? Oh my God. That storm literally came in. Look at all that hail. I mean, that stuff can like break your, I got snow on my van. That stuff can break your, oh my God, can break your solar panels. But I'm under this awning right here. That should be fine for a minute. I think it's done. That was so weird. Oh my God, check this out. Wow. Okay. That was weird. Yeah, look at this, all this hail. I just gotta make sure nothing around me got destroyed. That came in like for 5 minutes, all this hail fell. Don't know where it came from. Let's make sure I don't have any cracks or dents or anything. Prudence is pretty resilient. I think the solar panels are fine. Oh my God, now I'm getting good sun. There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow over there. You can see them holding the pieces of snow. They had to close up the lube alley because they just were getting pummeled. I guess this happens all the time, but yeah, it's just suddenly middle of August. Frickin' hailstorm. They're throwing snowballs now. That's too funny. He's throwing it back. Snowball fight. Oh, he's got a big one. Oh, she got pummeled. That's too funny. Yeah, mountain life, you know, this is Montana life. Could snow in August. All right, I'm heading back to my van. I got to call Harriet on Zoom. Now it's all sunny. At least I'm getting good sun. Here's the sun. All right, it's very bright. Okay, yeah, no overnight parking. Oh, what a day. Busy day today.